What's going on, everybody? It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. Mini spades from BGM knives. That's the topic of conversation right now. I have two of them. One is a Gen 2, one is a Gen 3. We're going to talk about them. These are in two different steels. So my Gen 2 mini spade is double hollow ground in 80 CRV2 blade steel. That is a tool steel. It will patina. It is absolutely stunning. And then my Gen 3 mini spade is full flat ground in MAGNACUT. Okay? All right. So, the spade. The spade is a model that John created. He believes that this is the ultimate EDC configuration for him. He has tweaked it a little bit to the Gen 3 model, but in essence, this blade shape and the ergos and everything, they are his take on the ultimate EDC knife, which I think is completely badass, especially because he really only carries fixed blades. He doesn't carry folders. So it's cool that he made this as the ultimate EDC knife and in a fixed blade model. So we're going to talk about the blade steels and also the design, and hopefully this will help you guys decide what type of BGM knife you want, if you do want one. I'm just getting so many questions about them lately. I need to just refer people to my videos because I cannot be up at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore with questions about BGM knives. Like I realize I brought this on myself because I'm always advocating for him, and like I want people to fill his books and buy his stuff. It's just like I cannot be woken up anymore with questions about BGM knives because I need to go to sleep at some point. Okay, so with that being said, Gen 2. The 80 CRV2 steel is some of the best steel that I've ever used, especially in the world of tool steels. So this is a very toothy steel that will take a patina, if the camera will pick that up at all. It is extremely rugged. The edge retention is crazy, like out of this world. So I used this knife all day at work the other day, and then I came home and I was cutting up steak for the dogs, and I was able to like chop the steak, and they were pieces like this thick. You know when you like snip the ends off of rope or paracord or something, like if you make a lanyard like this and you go to take your knife and you have a really sharp edge, a toothy one, and you can just like chop through the rope and you literally hear the teeth like crunch through it. That is what this did after a day of work. It did that going through steak. Like I was able to just chop through a steak and hear it like whoosh, every time, just like crunch, crunch, crunch. It was so amazing. The edge on it is so toothy. If you like toothy edges and you don't mind keeping up with the care for a tool steel, if you don't mind oiling or coating this steel and keeping it from rusting, I can't recommend 80 CRV2 enough. It is freaking amazing, and the patina is beautiful. It is so rugged. I love the toothy edge that it takes. And the design of the Gen 2 is a little bit more slimline than the Gen 3. So if you look at this, the handle is a little thinner than the Gen 3. And it's a little more straight than the Gen 3. So we'll just flip over to the Gen 3 now. See how beefy that handle is in comparison. So this one is thicker. And the finger choil on the Gen 3 is more pronounced. Specifically in this area, we just have more of a hump there. If I can get my hands to work. Can you kind of see that here? It's a little more pronounced on the Gen 3. So not anything too crazy. He didn't make any psychotic changes. They're just very minor and mostly cosmetic, I think. Although this one fills the hand more, and it does feel good. It feels much better. It really fills your hand. So with the MAGNACUT one, I went with full flat ground because I really wanted to try a thin and slicey version of MAGNACUT to see if that helped me at all with what was going on with my MAGNACUT issues. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch all of my MAGNACUT videos. I have so many. So the full flat ground spade, it's very reminiscent of a kitchen knife to me. This is like the ultimate small food prep knife, kitchen knife, camp cooking. It is really, really good for chopping and anything where you need a thin slicey knife that, you know, is still strong, but a good slicer. Like, this is it. So I do think that the hollow ground version just looks cooler. Like, I love these grind lines, and I love the satin area here and here, and then how it's stonewashed on the other parts. Like, I think this looks like a shark. Like, it will eat you at night, which is so cool. This one isn't as cool looking because it's just a little more plain. You don't have those cool grind lines, but this is a killer slicer, and especially with MAGNACUT being so, the carbides being so fine and so close together, in my opinion, this is a better format for MAGNACUT. So, for me, I really had to remove a lot of material to get to like the good steel with this MAGNACUT, and now that I've gotten there, the edge is holding up fantastic. And I did a video the other day of me batoning this little knife through some pretty hard wood, and it came out essentially unscathed, which was really impressive. So the impact resistance is fantastic, and it takes I would say a more fine edge than a toothy edge. It's definitely more like glassy and more soft when it's sharp, I guess, compared to the 80 CRV2. So they're two very different worlds, like super toothy, super fine. Really just up to you what you want to do. I would view this more as a kitchen knife, as a food prep knife, and a good cardboard slicer now that it has a good edge. And then this one is really toothy, and those tool steels are great for work where you need a lot of grit and a lot of bite. In my experience, I would rather have this type of edge for cutting rope and fibrous materials. It just works better for me, but everyone's different. And I figure you can still get a Gen 2 if you like that more sleek look. I don't see why you couldn't ask for a Gen 2, but the Gen 3, I will say, does feel better in hand to me. And I have small hands, but even that thicker handle just feels good. So really up to you guys as to what you want. However, two very different worlds in terms of, you know, steel and edge retention and sharpening, and the 80 CRV2 is a breeze to sharpen, a frickin' breeze, so easy. The MAGNACUT isn't too tricky, but I did have to remove a lot of material to get this to work, and the burr forms very quickly. The steel seems to move easily and quickly, so I wouldn't say it's difficult to sharpen, but that initial, like, need to remove material, that's what I think is going to get people. So if you're looking for something low maintenance, easy, I would really go with the tool steel, and MAGNACUT is really a hit or miss right now. But anyway, guys, that is the spade, the mini spade model from BGM Knives. I absolutely love this model so much. Go check out John at BGM Knives. Go use your shit. Go use your shit. Go use your shit. And get some crazy dogs and use your fucking shit. And I will see you on the next video. I love you all. Bye.